student of class 9th. Today we are going to start our second chapter from your English literature book Beehives. And today, my dear students, we will discuss about the first part of this chapter, that is Evelyn Glennie listens to sound without hearing it. In the second chapter, The Sound of Music, there are two parts. The first one will be the story related to Evelyn Glennie, and the second one will be the story related to Bismillah Khan. And in the third section, that is the second unit of this, we will discuss about the poem, that is Wind. So my dear students, without making a delay, let's have a start of this topic. As you can see, the first paragraph of this chapter is given as the rush our crowds jostle for position on the underground train platform. A slight girl looking younger than her 17 years was nervous yet excited as she felt the vibrations of the approaching train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and daunting, that means the frightening for any teenagers fresh from a Scottish farm. But this aspirant musician faced a bigger challenge than the most. She was profoundly deaf. The students, jostle, the first hard meanings that you can see here, the jostle means the push roughly. Rush or crowds jostle for the position on the underground platform. That means the story is being started from a railway platform that was underground, and there was a number of crowd gatherings. A huge gathering was there, and a slight girl, a very small girl, was there, and looking younger than her 17 years. That means her age was 17 years, but she was looking less than that. She was very nervous, and she was excited also when she felt that the train was about to come. And it was her first day when she approached towards the Royal Academy of Music in London, and it was a very prestigious day for him. And she was frightening. And why she was frightening? Because she was a fresher from a Scottish farm, from a Scottish areas. But this aspiring musician faced bigger challenges than the most. That means she has to face a number of challenges because she was profoundly deep. She was definitely deep. The students, as you can see, it is very tough for a common student to face challenges, to overcome the situations, but the girl was completely deep. That's why it becomes very tough for her to overcome this challenges, right? So now second one, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing had been gradual. Her mother remembers noticing something was wrong with the 8-year-old. Evelyn was waiting to play the piano. They called her name as she didn't move. I suddenly realized she had not heard, says Isabel Glennie. For quite a while, Evelyn managed to conceal her growing deafness from friends and teachers, but by the time she was 11, her marks had deteriorated, and her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then discovered that the hearing was severely impaired as a result of gradual nerve damage. They were advised that she should be fitted with hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. Everything looked black, says Evelyn. Dear student, Evelyn Glennie's loss of hearing has been gradual. That means Evelyn Glennie's deafness was gradually. The first time her mother noticed when her age was only 11 years, and her mother called out to her, but she was unable to listen. And they called her name and she didn't move. That's that time her mother realized that she was not able to listen. For a quite while, means for some time, Evelyn was able to hide her deafness from his friends, relatives, and all other. But up to the time of 11, it was she was considered as a permanent deaf, right? So means at the age of 8 years old, at age of 8 years old, the first time her deafness was considered, but at the age of 12, it was basically at the age of 11, it was especially she was it was decided, then it was clarified that she was her deafness was growing day by day. And at that age, her headmistress requested her parents to take her to a specialist. And now, at that time, it was clarified by the it was just instructed by the doctor that her deafness was just because of gradual nerve damage, and it was advised that she should be fitted with the hearing aids and sent to a school for the deaf. And ultimately everything turns into black for Evelyn. That means, my dear student, that was just because of lack of uh, you can see that a lack of opportunities, right? Suddenly you are going on a right track, everything was going fine, and ultimately someone made the statement that a statement just ignore just stopped your way, stopped your motions. So at the same time, all the things turned into black, right? So but Evelyn was not going to give up. She was determined to lead to a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day she noticed a girl playing a xylophone and decided that she wanted to play it too. Most of the teachers discouraged her, but percussionist Ron Forbes spotted her potential. He began by tuning two large drums into two different notes. Don't listen through your ears, he would say. Try to sense it some other way. Says Evelyn. Suddenly I realized I could feel higher drum from bass and the lower one from the waist down. Forbes repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of body. I had learned to open my mind and body to sound and vibrations. The rest was sheer determination and hard work. When Evelyn heard this first, he became unconscious, but later she was determined, and she determined for what? To pass on a normal life. And she was also willing to pursue his interest in music. And everyone was just uh, making her demotivated, but she insisted that she will do her best. And one person who was percussionist, the name was that percussionist was Ron Forbes, and he examined her potential, and he have seen has seen her potential, and he began by tuning two large drums into two different notes. And what he had suggested Evelyn that she had not to listen music through the ears and try to sense it into different way. That means she was completely deep. Then must be an ultimate source, there must be an ultimate way to have hearings like that. Okay. And continuously, with the help of Forbes, with the guidance of Forbes, Evelyn ultimately was able to feel the music into different parts. So there was from west up and west down, the lower higher drum from the west up and the lower one from the west down. That means the drum, according to drum, the higher drum can be sensed by Evelyn from the west up, and the lower drum was easily observed by Evelyn, easily just sensed by Evelyn from the lower part of the west. Okay. Now the first repeated the exercise, and soon Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of the body. That means a number of kinds of the sounds can be sensed by Evelyn Glennie with the different parts of the body as well. Okay. Now, as the fourth paragraph, she never looked back from that point onwards. She tortured the United Kingdom. She toured to the United Kingdom with a youth orchestra, and by the time she was 16, she had decided to make music her life. She auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored C auditioned for the Royal Academy of Music and scored one of the highest marks in the history of the Academy. C gradually moved from the orchestral work to solo performances. At the end of her 3 year course, C had captured most of the top awards. So, my dear students, now let's see in the fourth para that from that point of time when she started senses the music, she never looked back. And what she have done, she was always moving forwards from one point to another. She was again and again getting successes, and she had toured from the United Kingdom with the tour of orchestra and at that time, and it was the time when she was 16 years old, and at that time she decided music to her life, right? And she auditioned for what? For the Royal Academy of Music, and she has scored one of the highest marks, and gradually she was doing the orchestral work for the solo performances. Solo means the single performance. After the end of the 3 years course, she has captured the most of the top award. That means in the 3 years, in these 3 years, she continuously she has received a number of prizes as an awards, right? Now in the fifth one, for all this, Evelyn would not accept any hint of the heroic achievement. If you work hard and know where you are going, you will get there. And she got right to the top. The words most suit after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instruments and hectic international schedule. And for all this, what Evelyn said, Evelyn would not accept any hint of heroic achievement. That means it was her thought. It was her thought that if you are working hard and you know where you have to go, that means you know your target, then you will get that. And she got right to the top. The world's most sought after multi-percussionist with a mastery of some thousand instruments. That means she was able to play a number of instruments with a single, and she was also able to hear all the sounds. Okay, now it's intriguing to watch Evelyn function so effortlessly without hearing. In our 2 hour discussion, she never missed a word. Men with busy beards give me trouble. She laughed. It is not just watching the lips, it's a whole face, especially the eyes. She speaks flawlessly with a Scottish lit. My speech is clear because I could hear till I was 11, she says, but that doesn't explain how she managed to learn French and master basic Japanese. It was very interesting, it was very curious. So it was very fascinating about Evelyn that to function so effortlessly without hearing. That means without hearing anything, person, how can a person be so efficient, right? So in our 2 hours discussion, she never. That means we have made communication approximately for the 2 hours, but she had never missed a single word, right? And she laughed. For what she had laughed, she had said she had just making fun that it was very tough to make a communication with the person who is having beards, because for what he has to for making a communication he has to watch the lips of the people, but if the person is having beard, so it becomes very tough for us for the observation of the lips, right? And she was speaking flawlessly without any effort. That means whatever the pronunciation that she was getting, she was just speaking fluently, right? And but she doesn't know, she doesn't explain how she managed to learn French. That means she has not described about this, that that's how she was able to understand to manage learning French and the masters in the basic of Japanese, right? As the seventh, as for music, she explains, it pours in through every part of my body. It tangles in the skin, my cheekbones, and even in my hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sounds passing the stick into her fingertips by leaning against the drums, and she can feel the resonance flowing into her body. On one wooden platform, she removes her shoes so that the vibrations pass through her bare feet and up her legs. For music, what she is explaining, that see, it pours through the every part of her body. That means even inside her body the music was surrounded, and It is the causes of the slight pricking or the sting sensation, her cheekbones, and even in her hair. When she plays the xylophone, she can sense the sound passing through the stick into the fingertips. That means she was completely dipped into the music. She was completely surrounded by the music. For what? For having a sensation of that. And when on a wooden platform, when she removes her shoes, so that so that she could sense the vibration pass through her bare feet and up her legs. The students, not surprisingly, Evelyn delights her audiences. In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society's prestigious Soloist of the Year award, says master percussionist James Blades. God may have taken her earrings, but he has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels for more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. So, it was not a surprising fact that Evelyn delights her audiences in the 1991 at Royal Philharmonic Society. The prestigious Soloist of the Year award goes to her. And her master percussionist James Blade, he added in her explanation, in her expression of the beauty, that uh, definitely God have taken her something, and the for and her hearing capability, but God has provided her something extraordinary. And what extraordinary has provided to Evelyn Glennie, that was that makes her so expert in expression of music so beautifully. Evelyn confesses that she is something of the workaholic. I have just got to work, often harder than the classical musicians, but the reward are enormous. Apart from the regular concert, Evelyn also gives free concerts in prison and the hospital. She also gives high priority to classes for young musicians and recline of the Beethoven Fund at the Deaf Children says she is signing inspiration for the deaf children. They see that there is nowhere that they cannot go. Now, what Evelyn confesses, Evelyn shares his opinion. Evelyn just expresses the concern that she has felt, that she have just got to work, and uh, it was very harder than a classical musicians, but the rewards are enormous. That means she have just received a number of, and she was just workaholic. That means a person who is difficult to stop working. That means it was very difficult for him. That she was continuously willing to have work, right? And Evelyn also gives the free concert in the prisons and the hospitals. And she gives the higher priority to the classes for young musicians. That means she was definitely believe that the youngsters are able to do the things properly, and they were the futures. And she was an idol for the deeps. Now she is the shining aspiration, as you can see. For the deep children, she was just a shining inspiration. They can see their future in the form of Evelyn. And at the last para of the second of this chapter is Evelyn Glennie has already accomplished more than most of the people twice her age. She has brought percussion to the front of orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. She has given inspiration to those who are handicapped, people who look to her and say, if she can't do it, I can. And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. As Evelyn Glennie has previously fulfilled more than the most of the people of the twice her age. That means she has accomplished them, and she has brought the percussion into the front of the orchestra and demonstrated that it can be very moving. That means she has presented percussion and make it effective. She has given the inspiration to those who are handicapped. Means for the disabled, she was just an ideal. For what? For the motivation. And people who look at her, means which people? The people who are handicapped, who are disabled, when they see Evelyn Glennie, they felt themselves that definitely they are able to do that. And my dear students, that's the moral of this chapter, that if you are taking yourselves as a inferior one, incapable, then definitely you will not achieve your goal. But if you are able, if you are just determined that you will have to receive your success, you will have to gain your success, and for what you are able to sacrifice your lives. So my dear students, definitely you will success, and it doesn't matter that either you are able or disabled, is you are having a full hands, full limbs, or you are just a disabled one. So my dear students, that's all for the today. Rest of the topic will be covered in the next video, means the second part of the same chapter will be started from the next session. Up to the time, my dear students, thank you, have a nice day.